Right, the graph. Okay, question 10. Right, the graph shows the numbers of measles notifications, which are reported cases since 1950, and vaccinations rates since 1970. Okay, measles notification multiplied by 100, cases-wise going up the left-hand side, and our vaccine uptake is given as percentage to the right, so that's our darker line. Okay, state the term used to describe the study of data concerned with the outbreak and spread of infectious diseases. Frankly, if we don't know this now, given our whole COVID-ness, this is epidemiology. And the person who studies it is an epidemiologist. Okay, and I think we're all now armchair epidemiologists. Describe the pattern of measles notifications due to the introduction of the vaccine. Okay, so what's happening to our measles notifications? Well, you can see very clearly when our vaccine rate is increasing, we have a decrease in our measles going here. But we're looking for the information prior to. So I am only looking at data here, okay? And again, that's pretty clear cut. You can see that we have basically, so that would be in 1952, there's 54, that's 56, and there's 58. So basically every 2 years we get an increase in your measles kind of spikes. So patterns of measles notifications is that generally you've got an increase every 2 years, which you would be looking at that now, given all our COVID-ness thing, and think, well, that's got to do a lot with how much the population still had maintained immunity or had been infected the last time, and then obviously you've got new people coming into the system, like younger people that hadn't been exposed, and so you've got this recurring spike. And you've got to remember, this is the notified cases, and this is times 1,000, so I mean it's not small numbers. Okay, describe the correlation suggested by the graph. Okay, that's what I've already said. So basically increase in vaccination gives you decreasing measles. That is what we're looking at. Okay, our measles cases dropping as our vaccination increases. Right, the MMR vaccine was introduced in 1988 to combat the infectious viral diseases of measles, mumps and rubella. In 1998, a report published in a peer-reviewed medical journal claimed to establish a link between the MMR vaccine and the disorder known as autism. This is, a historical issue that you'll probably looked at. Explain what is meant by the term peer-reviewed. Okay, so for something to be peer-reviewed, your peers are the group that is the same as you, but we're looking at a specific thing. So by peers, what we mean here is experts in the same field. So experts in the same field as the thing you're trying to publish. Same. In the same field, review. Although criticised heavily and eventually discredited, this research led to a considerable reduction in the number of children being vaccinated. In some areas such as Swansea and South Wales, vaccination rates fell as low as 67.5%. Over the same period, a huge increase in the number of measles notifications occurred in that area. Account for the spread of measles in the Swansea epidemic. So, basically, we had less people vaccinated. So if you have less people vaccinating, then you have less people who are providing barriers. Actually, not going with less here. So if you've got less vaccination, you have got more transmission because you have an increase in cases because less stopped, because of less vaccination. And that's basically what we're looking at. We've got this more transmission because your less vaccination gives you more susceptible individuals. Okay, explain how the events in Swansea confirm that the graph not only shows correlation but also shows causation. So the correlation that we were looking at the graph was increased vaccine gave you decreased cases. And then they said in Swansea, when you had decreased vaccination, you got increased cases. So that means that you have a nice clear cut. If I increase, it decreases, and if I decrease, it increases. So we have less vaccinations linked to more cases. The World Health Organization recommends 95% of children should be immunised against measles in order to protect all. State the term used to describe this WHO threshold. This is herd immunity. You might have also used that answer up in here when you were explaining what was going on with a decreased number. And that's it. I'm not going to do question 11, just like I didn't do the other extended answer in here, because frankly, you get most information, in fact more information, just from going through the mark scheme on that one. I'm not going to add anything to it. Okay, that's another paper down.